Da-da-da. 462 days on New Holland. Fear and Greed Index, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index trading at 52%, which is neutral. And Bitcoin's currently trading at 22.9k, technically 23k. So we are having neutralish fear and greed on a Bitcoin, even though we have been trading in the last couple of days pretty much at the highs, like literally. We're not having a downside at all, it doesn't even look like that. Same goes to the weekly time frame, by the way, pretty much all time frames. And monthly time frame is just a big ass candle, big green candle, and obviously MACD on the monthly just looking nice, just looking perfect, especially for the bullish case scenarios in the long term. So as you can imagine, I'm making episodes like once in a month usually nowadays, but since we are pumping, you know, all bulls are excited, and you know you can make a couple more since we are on the bullish side, thank God. So yeah, and let's talk about the bearish case scenarios, which is whatever, who cares about them, but let's just name them. Also, in a previous video, I was using, somebody said that I should be using exponential moving average, which is EMA, not a simple moving average, which is SMA. So based on a EMA, which is exponential moving average on a weekly time frame, we're actually just yesterday had the death cross, like, I mean, technically on the previous weekly candle. So we just had a death cross, and we're still trading at the highs, which is pretty nice. But again, you can say like death cross is a lagging indicator. For example, the whole SBF FTX thing was the outcome of the death cross, like pre-outcome, since it's like lagging indicator. Or maybe it's gonna happen in a, I don't know, in the next couple of weeks or whatever. But again, it's already happened. But on a SMA, we're about to have like in the next 3 or 5, again based on how much we're gonna be pumping or dropping, like in the 3-5 weeks, again if we're gonna be trading below the 25k. But if we're gonna pump above it, we can prolong our 50 to 100 SMA gap in this case. So what's the bearish case scenarios for the Bitcoin? The first one, the closest one, like the smallest one, which is being named, is the CME gap, which is happening on 20k. So 20k should be like a CME gap, even though we actually, if you're gonna look at the daily time frame, so yeah, the lowest point was 20.4k. I mean, it's not a lot, but still, I guess it's not can be applied as a fill gap. But yeah, whatever. So the closest one is like 20k, whatever, like a CME gap. The second bull target, bear target, Jesus Christ, the bearish target that they're putting in a narratives is the double bottom, which is the 15.5k retest. Okay, I guess still would be W-shaped recovery technically on this one, would be making like a prolonged bullish sentiment there. But still, since we're on a weekly time frame, had the resistance at 20.9k, which was happening during the SBF FTX thingy, we completely broke it. Like, we completely broke the resistance, and we had a confirmation with a weekly close above it, pretty far away from resistance there. So I would say that's highly unlikely scenario, and the most bearish target that actually bears are starting to actually skip this target. It's the 10k, which is much far away. So that would be 4.5 below the current one. I mean, technically 5.5. So I mean, yeah, this one I feel like, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but I hope it's not gonna happen anymore, since again we're having pretty nice correlation, more even bullish one than it was in the previous bear market. Jeez. So especially on the 1 year since the all-time high point and stuff like that. I'm a little bit sick today, so don't get mad at me. And let's move to the most important uh, bullish bullish case scenario. Since we are hodlers, we are on bull side, and we are pumping. We're still trading at the highs. You know, we wanna see some bullish thing. Even though again, it's if you're gonna have some pullbacks, whatever, we can live with that. We got plenty of time to hodl, since that's the hodler podcast. Yeah, for sure. So the closest resistance. I mean, if you're gonna look like the most closest on like 4 hour time frame, like on small time frames, that would be 23.5k. So which is not that important actually to break, etc. It's pretty small one, but like the first pretty important resistance would be 25k. Again, pretty round number. We need to test that and break that. And the 30k resistance is one of those resistance that is pretty conservative one actually. If we're gonna look at the previous bear market and the up and the pump that was happening after that, I would say and again implying the current market cap, which is much bigger one compared to the previous one, that it's much harder to move the market cap to those prices. I would say 30k is pretty conservative one. If we're gonna have some more pumps, that would be like plus 7k on the current price of a Bitcoin. So yeah, 30k would also, like, let's just say, would feel pretty great. But if we're gonna have full full correlation, which is again it's happening right now, even more bullish one in this case, because we had perfect correlation on the 1 year since the all-time high point, and then reversal in the previous bear market. It was a smooth, slow reversal, and again with the first quarter of a year, it was like a flat trading, and the second one we were starting to pump. But in this case, first quarter is literally immediate pump there, which is again a lot of bullish narratives with the correlation starting. One of the reasons, let's just say, of this pump, and some other ones like downtrend resistance, like the previous resistance of FTX SBF highs being broken. You know, a lot of these bullish narratives being thrown for a retail to pump the price. But again, since we bought at the lows, we are pretty good there. So the most bullish price target would be, again, technically it would be a wick, like a wick of a candle stick. So that would be 46.9k. And what was the reasoning behind the price target? So if you're gonna look at the previous crypto winter, the beginning of the crypto winter started in the close of the 2017 and the open of 2018. So the close and the open of close 17, open 18 of the year candle was 13.7k. And if you're gonna look at the price action that was happening after the crypto winter, we were having the pump. We actually hit that target of the open of the year, and it was a quick pump. We had immediate sell-off after that. So again, if you had the sell order in place there, you got filled pretty nicely there. But a lot of people pretty much missed that, because again, it was pretty quick. It was like immediate pump and a sell-off. So in this case, 2021 year close and 2022, which is crypto winter year open, was actually happening in 46.9k. So that's we're gonna have the pump. Again, it's with the current bullish momentum that we are having right now, that would be extremely great, and even possible, and technically would be a little bit more than 2x, like 106% upside from a current 23k price. So yeah, that would be extremely nice. So a lot of people hoping for them. So as me. Again, I'm still hodling 99.9% of my position. I actually sold like 0.1 position of my long for some coffee. And I don't know, some other stuff, like just enjoy some small profits. Again, 0.1, not that a lot. Again, don't get mad at me, bulls. I'm still 99.9% long. So yeah, that's the most current bullish price target that is being put out there. I mean, some perma bulls is obviously the highest one is calling for another all-time high, which is, again, if you're gonna look at all of the previous bear markets and bull markets, it's pretty highly unlikely. But let's just name this PT, which is again would be technically like 69k. Yeah, but again, it's far away, much far away than the current 46.9. So yeah, so that's the current price targets for a bull market, bullish PTs and bearish PTs, which is, I hope we're still gonna continue the bullish momentum there. And what is happening mostly on the time frames? Obviously, all of the time frames is gonna look like daily, weekly, even weekly time frame is still looking like over bought a little bit, especially MACD. It's in a big green phase of MACD. Same on a daily time frame. I mean, the 4-hourly is like having some correction, kind of trading in a flat zone. Nothing special happening there. But in the monthly, yep, monthly time frame is the most bullish time frame that is out there. Again, based on the MACD, and we're about to have actually the close about the October and November highs, even September highs, even though we had like small wick there, candle wick there. But again, we got like 1 week left to close this candle, which I hope we're gonna have. The close about 23k would be extremely nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of the bullish price target for us. What is happening on Ethereum, by the way? I mean, yeah, you can imagine Bitcoin dominance is pumping again. I'm pretty sure in like 2 months ago, when we were trading at 40 something, below 41% dominance, BTC dominance, I was saying that again, BTC dominance trading at a loss. There's high chance that we're gonna have some pumps there, and yeah, you can see there's some pumps happening there. So, but still, I don't think we're gonna reach like 70% on. We need to have like full altcoin crash, even not just altcoin, and stable coins included. So because a lot of dominance is in stable coins, so we're gonna have some stable coin drops. That would be some USDT type of collapses. We don't need that. That's not a FTX collapse. That's legit cryptocurrency collapsing, which is pretty, being used pretty highly nowadays. So we don't need that. So yeah, Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. Ethereum is dropping on a Ethereum BTC pair, but on the current Ethereum price, the current resistance for us would be actually like somewhere in the area of 2k, which is actually not that far away, but it's still kind of there. So 2k is like closest resistance, which is pretty significant one that you can name on like weekly time frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously hoping for the moon, to the moon, to the moon, to the moon.